As-salaam, wa-alaikum, brothers and sisters. This is year 7 of the 17 Verses podcast. I'm your host, Maher Haq. In this podcast, we take a small selection from the Quran every day and recite it to you in plain English, so you can get a small slice of God's word while you go about your day. By averaging 17 verses per day, we're able to break the Quran down into manageable pieces and finish it in 1 year. If you enjoyed the podcast, please help spread the word. Tell your friends and family, subscribe in Apple Podcasts or Stitcher or wherever you get your podcasts, and write us a review. Show notes and a transcript can be found at 17verses.com. That's the numbers 17verses.com. Today's selection is from Surah 54, Al-Qamar, or the Moon, verses 23 through 40. These verses recount the stories of the people of Thamud and the people of Prophet Lot. Both groups of people called their prophets liars, despite the clarity of God's warnings, and were visited with a terrible scourge as a result. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. The people of Thamud disbelieved our warning, saying, "Are we to follow a human being who stands alone among us? That would surely be an error and madness. Was he the only person among us to receive this warning? Nay, he is indeed an insolent liar." To our messenger Saleh, we said, "Tomorrow they shall find out who is an insolent liar. We are going to send the she-camel as a trial for them. Therefore watch them and have patience. Tell them that the water must be shared between them and the she-camel, and each will come to the water at its own turn." At last the people of Thamud called out to one of their companions, who took the responsibility and hamstrung her. Then how terrible was my scourge and how clear my warning. We let loose on them one mighty blast, and they became like the trampled twigs used by a fence builder. We have indeed made the Quran very easy to understand, so is there any who would take admonition? Another example is the people of Lot, who disbelieved our warning. We let loose on them a stone-charged tornado, which spared none except Lot's household, whom we saved by early dawn through our grace. Thus do we reward those who give thanks. Lot did warn them of our scourge, but they doubted his warnings. They even sought to snatch away his guests from him, but we blinded their eyes and said, "Now taste my punishment, and the result of disbelieving my warning." At daybreak they were overtaken by a lasting punishment, as if to say, "Now taste my punishment, and the result of disbelieving my warning." We have indeed made the Quran very easy to understand the admonition. So is there any who would take admonition? Ameen. This concludes today's episode of the 17 Verses podcast. I hope that this selection helps increase your understanding of the Holy Quran just a little bit. If you like the podcast, you can subscribe in iTunes or Stitcher and write us a review. Or you can grab the RSS feed and put it into your own podcast app. The show notes, including a text version of this episode, can be found by going to 17verses.com. That's the numbers 17verses.com. Thank you, and be well.